Hello friend, how are you? I'm Ankita, and in today's video I just want to give my thoughts on Israel-Palestine war. You know, I won't say that I have all information on what is going on. I cannot bear to see all of those videos and all, but I still am aware of what is going on there. You know, because this war is not something which happened recently. This is something which is going on since 1948. You know, in 1947, United Nations decided to divide Israel Palestine into two halves. One Arab majority and one Jewish majority, and this issue is still going on. There is some conflict on land. They believe that this land belongs to us, the other party says this land belongs to us. This partition kind of was created to stop the war. Okay, you take this and matter over. But there is still like anger about I want this, I want that, and there is more nuances about it. But what I want to talk about is the news. They are saying like who is right, whether Gaza is right, whether Israel is right, like which country to support, everyone is like confused on who is right, who is wrong. There in a wars like this situation, there is always a good guy, bad guy, and things are not like in real life is not simple as good guy, bad guy. In movies they show that there is a villain who is doing bad things because they are bad people, and there is good person who is a very pure nature person, and all they want to do is good. you know in movies things are very black and white, where the villain does something to the city, then that is a very serious issue. But hero goes down destroying the city, it's okay. you know in movies, you might see like super power, especially superhero movies. The hero will go above and beyond to destroy the villain, and while trying to destroy the villain, they will destroy the city in a way. More powerful the superhero, more destruction they will cause while trying to stop the bad person or the bad group of people. Or even in police chases, like in movies at least, there will be a huge chase where the police will try to capture the hero villain, and the police will go on destroying everything in their path. The fruit seller, vegetable seller, the shops, so many things will be destroyed while trying to chase the bad person. And all of this will be justified because the one party is in a good and they are trying to save, whereas other is bad. But in war like situation, it's very difficult to say who is good, who is bad, because everyone has a like belief that we are good, they are bad. In Israel Palestine also, those people who are discussing this issue, some say no, these people are wrong, some say these people are wrong. They say Israel did all these things to us, then they say Palestine has done all these things to us. And there is lot of anti-Semitism and Islamophobia also going on. Those people who hate Jews are like happy that Israel got bombed, and those people who are Islamophobe are saying yes, Israel should go on attacking Palestine. There is lot of religious hatred in this world. Something similar kind of happened with India as well. India Pakistan was under British rule, and it was one nation. But when India got freedom, India got independence, then before that, India Pakistan got divided. Like 15th August 1947, India got independence. But before that, 14th August 1947, India and Pakistan got divided based on religion, where India consisted of mainly Hindus and Pakistan consisted mainly of Muslims. So to stop in a Hindu-Muslim war, okay, Hindus live over here, Muslims live over here, matter over. But this also created a lot of conflict in a Hindu Muslims, the at least the India Pakistanis in a even till date in a regard each other as enemies. Though we are not in a current war, but throughout the years there have been some war between India and Pakistan. Anyone or cricket match is like very serious issue whether we win against Pakistan or not, as if our life depends on it. And there is like a conflict for in a Kashmir region where both the countries want in a Kashmir. So there is like constant in a war like situation happening in Kashmir. Always either India will attack or Pakistan will attack or there will be military control over there. This I don't know whether the intention was to actually help or not, but this division thing actually made things worse for everyone. Like maybe initially they thought if we like separate them, they will like peacefully live their own lives, but there is still like anger and hate. There is still in India there is anger and hate between Hindu Muslims. Like Israel there is hate, and Palestine there is hate between Jewish and Muslims. People on internet kind of like to demonize some group of people, especially Jewish and Muslim people. There's lot of people do not regard them as like good people. For lot of people they are the bad people. On in YouTube comments and in the more internet, mostly in internet, Twitter, Instagram, there will be lot of anger and hate towards these group of people. Like if any Jewish person or Muslim person does something bad, they will like, see, I told you these group of people are very terrible. And they like, or if something bad happens to them, they say like, okay, they got what they deserved. And like, there is always comment about peaceful community, or like Jewish people are like controlling the world. They are like the leaders. They are evil people. They are not humans. They are some kind of lizard alien hybrids. There is some other nonsense conspiracy going on about it. And this kind of religious hate or all this hate due to race, religion, nationality, or etc. Dehumanizes people. People are like, okay, they something bad happened to these people, but they are bad people, so it's okay. In movies, if the villain dies, it's a good ending. If hero dies, then it's a sad ending. So one person or one group of people dying is good, one person or group of people dying is bad. And this is what is causing lot of problems among the people. Like people do not care about certain group of people because they belong to certain group. And this is I think like the higher people want. Like India, there was a like rule, divide and rule. Like the Britishers intentionally kind of divided Hindus and Muslims. They intentionally tried to create a conflict between India and Hindus and Muslims. So they are constantly fighting among each other. So they are like say in a safe spot. Because if people get united and fight together, then it will be more difficult to fight. But if people are divided among each other na, then it is much easier to control them. You can be like, okay, we'll support you against them. Then they will go to there and we'll support you against them. So they will be like fighting each other and weaken each other up. There is lot of issue with United Nations. I don't know enough about them, so I don't want to speak. But what I want to say is, do not hate people because other people are saying, like no matter what you hear in, news, TV, and YouTube, anywhere, or even people around you discussing about it, you know, these all this discussion is kind of to justify doing bad things on certain group of people, like they will show like this group of people have done something bad na, so it's okay if something bad happens to them. Their mission is to kind of dehumanize, demonize some group of people. And if you don't know these people, you will think, okay, I think they are right, I think, what happened to them was good, like in Israel-Palestine war, they will be like, no, these people had done this before, so I did this and I took revenge on them. Okay, that's good, you took revenge, good thing. You were like stand up for yourself, you stood up for yourself, good thing. Then they will say, no, these people had done this before. Oh, okay, okay. So it's okay, you did good as well. You know, and this conflict goes again and again. They did this, they did this, they did this, they did this. And worst part is the people who are fighting, the leaders and all are like living comfortably in a big mansion in a complete security. There is like personal security for them. There is a bunker for them in case things go bad. They can hide in the bunker. But those people who have done nothing, those people who kind of stayed in their place, they're like doing living their life, not doing anything to harm others, they're just regular people. you know if you like watch videos of them, like you watch their vlogs or you watch in general documentaries about them, you'll see that they are just regular people. Like people look slightly different than other, but if you look at them, observe their behavior and observe them, you will realize, okay, they are like just like me only. you know Even my kids throw a tantrum, even my neighbor does this. You kind of, when you know them well, you realize they are just people. They are not good people, bad people, but just people. It is, and when you like see those videos of like, people badly wounded, badly wounded and covered in scars and everything, that is, that is something which I am not able to like bear, especially when there is little children involved. What did those little children do? People are like, yes, they are bad people, it's okay to bomb them. But people who are getting bombed are just regular people who didn't do anything to harm others. They're just living regular life you know, you know, whereas those who are fighting are like hiding in their bunkers. And when you say you support this country, this group of people, you know, you are justifying their bad actions as well. Like the people who are getting bombed, people whose lives is getting ruined, are people, and this warlike situation can happen to anyone. you know Anyone who in recently in 2020 there was like some conflict going on between India and China. So luckily things settled down. But if the war continued, maybe even I would be a refugee, even my life would be destroyed or I would be dead. you know some warlike situation can happen in your country as well. You never know, like your our leaders are kind of not in their right state. Lot of leaders want power more than peace. They'll be inflicting pain on others to retain power, because they have their own bunkers to sleep on. They are not getting bombed. Common people are getting bombed. So it's easy for them to wage war because they don't have to go on war. They have to just give orders. Whenever you're like, even Russia Ukraine thing, people like virtue signaling, okay, they are so brave and strong, they are bad people. you know Russia didn't like bomb Ukraine because they're like the villain country who wants to hurt Ukraine. Like there is still a very complicated matter between Russia and Ukraine. Like, NATO wants to kind of control Russia. Like there is still like conflict between Europe and Russia. So then Russia is worried that Europe will try to colonize them, and Europe is worried that Russia would try to dominate them. So that is also creating a Russia-Ukraine war, and because Ukraine wanted to side with Europe, but initially it was part of Russia. So Russia is angry at them, and Europe is like, no, 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 you come in our side. And I feel like a lot of these conflicts can be resolved if for like leaders had like good emotional maturity and concern for the people, instead of power. Like if the leaders also face consequences for their actions now. Like they waged a war, but even they have to go on battlefield now, so they will be less likely to wage a war. In olden times the kings used to go on battlefield. Nowadays the leaders don't go on battlefield. you know. The kings died very young back then. They would go on battlefield, die in the battlefield. But leaders nowadays are very old, and they have like lead a comfy retirement life. Even during World War situations, the leaders were like in a comfortable position. Even though the people around were in a horrible position, the leaders and the higher ranking people were still like living decently. They were not in direct danger. So whenever you are taking sides, remember this. Those who started war are hiding, but those who are suffering are the ones who did nothing wrong. They are people just like you. Like look at their photos. Just look at them. Look at their kids. Look at the person. You know. Look at them walking around. Imagine yourself in their position. Imagine if your leader started a war in your country, and this could be you in future. That this is just a regular rant I wanted to do. I didn't even monetize this video because I don't know, this feel like a very intense issue. So please feel free to share your thoughts on this. What you believe. I personally believe instead of supporting a country, just pray for this war to end. Pray for peace. Whatever happened now, let's try to resolve it rather than harm others. Anyways, take care. stay safe and pray for Israel and Palestine and all the countries, Ukraine, Russia, or any country which are suffering right now. Even Afghanistan has so many earthquakes going on, so please pray for them as well.